Also a voice actor. Give it up for Bill Rapp!
Young comic.
Yeah.
I am a young comic. 3 months doing stand-up here. That's young. Yeah. Chronologically, I'm in my 8th decade. That's an achievement. I was in the scariest place I have ever been in for Halloween this past Halloween. Wasn't funny yet. I was in the cardiac intensive care unit at Beth Israel Hospital. I had a major heart attack on the 30th. No applause. I'm standing here. I'm a miracle. 2 weeks later. In the hospital, they put these little things on you. Thousands of them. And each little button here is connected to a wire, which leads to somewhere so that when something happens to you, it lights up like a Christmas tree at the nurse's station. But what these things really are, unless of course your body is bald, which mine is not. You see, my hair migrated from here to my chest and back. These are little torture devices when they have to take them off. All over your body. While I was in the cardiac intensive unit, I had a nurse who looked very much like Jenny from the Forrest Gump movie. Very, very attractive nurse. And she catheterized me 4 times. And by the 4th time of playing with my wiener, which, because of the blood thinner that was going through my arm, nothing. The mind was still working overtime. And so on the 4th time she inserted the catheter, I said, "Will you have sex with me?" And she said, "I'm married." And I said, "Yay, great, so am I." I think that was code for get him off this unit because he's harassing the nurse. Because the next thing I knew, they transferred me down to the cardiac unit. I think it was upstairs to the cardiac unit. And I wasn't on that unit. I didn't see her again. But the mind is still pretty sharp. On the cardiac floor, they gave me another catheter. This was an extra long one, and they had to connect it to a pad on my thigh that has some super glue on it, so that as I moved, because I was going to be allowed to walk around the floor, it wouldn't come out. And it clearly said, "Remove with alcohol." I asked for scotch. If they're going to rip that off my leg with all the hair there, I wanted it. I didn't get the scotch. As I was walking around on the cardiac unit, I saw signs on some of the doors, and they were about this big and round and orange, and it said, "Fall risk." Well, I can understand that. Some of the people on the floor might get out of bed and fall down. So I asked them to put one on my door that said, "Stand-up risk." Oh, come on, stand up, comic, stand up. They didn't put it on the door. But I was joking with them all the time. When I got home, they gave me, 14 different prescriptions that I have to take now for I don't know how long. My granddaughter, who's 17, just did a 3-month internship at a veterinary hospital in the Bronx. And she saw all these meds and she said, "Grandpa, they put you on a prescription diet." Nobody's ever had a pet put on a prescription diet? Kind of funny, right? I thought it was funny. We'll remove that from as far as diet is concerned, I have this great diet. I can eat anything I want so long as I don't like it. Anything I like, not allowed. No McDonald's, no Burger King, greasy stuff, fried foods. Terrible. I'm going to have to live with it because I'm going to live. I definitely until you guys laugh. I promised to do that. Let's see what else happened in the hospital. There were some other things, and I'm drawing a blank right now. So I will tell you about my Dear John letter. Oh, some of you have heard that story. How many of you ladies have ever written a Dear John letter? No? How many of you guys have ever gotten a Dear John letter? There's one over here. In the late 1960s, I was a Peace Corps volunteer, and I served in India. And prior to going to India, I had been dating a woman for about 2.5 years, and dating, that's code word for having sex whenever we could, wherever we could, as often as we could. And the whole first year I was away, I was celibate, I was in India, and she was faithful. But at the end of the year, the letters stopped coming, and I knew that she was dating, having sex with someone else. But I didn't know who, and I didn't want to believe it until the Dear John letter came. When the Dear John letter came, I found myself running as fast as I could, tears streaming out of my eyes. The emotional pain was absolutely horrendous. The worst emotional pain I had ever encountered. And when I couldn't run anymore, I stopped, catching my breath, and I looked around and realized I was in India, land of contemplation, Buddha. And I knew if I went to a banyan tree and put my back against it, that the emotional pain would disappear. And I was right, because almost instantaneously, I was surrounded by red ants. And physical pain trumps emotional pain every single time. I guarantee it. I keep a terrarium of red ants at home just for emergency purposes. Thank you very much. You've been a great audience.